Well, I'm so happy to see everybody. This is awesome. So I'll start by standing, but if it's better for you sitting or lying down or other comfortable position or placements, feel free to work on at your comforting place, comfortable place. I guess that's better English. But I'm going to start very simple by asking you to shift your weights from side to side. And I want to point out that how amazing it is that we have two sides so that we don't need to roll like a ball in order to move. And allowing the weight to fall from one side and then the other side. It's simply that to start. And you can also, I'm going to invite you to also start by giving a smile to yourself. Why? Why not? It's super friendly way to start something, I believe. So you can invite, not necessary for anybody, but especially for yourself. Give yourself some smiles. And I recall when I first started learning of the method, I was in a dance class and I was smiling. And the teacher said, look at Sahara smile. She's bringing a horizontal, like horizontal openings. And I never thought of smiles that way, but it opens something so things can fall. So it doesn't need to be a perfect smile, but while we're stepping one side to the other side, which is more of a vertical fall, the smile allows you to have a new dimension of making an opening so things can fall. Super simple, no? And I want to also point out that one side to the other side, it doesn't need to be an even amount. Imagine yourself in many, many slices. And it can be small, tiny sliver of slices or big slices, like when you're slicing cakes or cheese or something beautiful, cucumbers. So enjoy the unevenness of the different sizes of slices and allow yourself to fall. And enjoy the different volume of the falling because of the different volume of the slices. I know you can't see, but I'm looking out beyond my screen to the window I have, and it's snowing. And beautiful thing about the snow, it's a liquid, but more in a solid form. It's still light, but it falls down, and this beautiful fall can be light as snow or as heavy as dinosaur or something. So enjoy all the volumes of falling. You can straighten one leg as you fall so that you can have an open tunnel to make space for things to fall without any division. Yeah. And let's invite our ears, like as if you have elephant ears, because this is kind of a higher in the gravity where you can fall. And it might invite a lot of other things below the ears to fall more. Yes. And if you haven't yet, just take a big breath in and out. Yeah. Wow. And keep inviting yourself to make any voices as you fall. It allows the air to move through and it may invite more things to fall. Yeah. So you can aerate yourself, make more space and clean the spaces between and between the betweens. Yeah. And as you're falling, and smiling. Start to invite the little twinkles. And with the fingers, it's very obvious, but you can start with the fingers and invite all the other parts of your body to shiver with some with some giggles. You are shivering and giggling. Wow, that's really hard to say. You are shivering and giggling. Yeah. And you might notice some fingers are a little bit shy. So if you notice the part that's shy, you don't need to push it, you don't need to force it, but allow the other fingers to invite the one that's shy to continue to come along. So don't forget about them. Continue to shiver like trilling. Yeah. And it's still only two things, but yeah, you're falling and shivering. I guess smiling. And look for new beginnings all the time. Don't worry about how things might end up. Don't worry about how you might form. Trust the movement will flow on its own because the gravity, giving into the gravity. But start to look for a lot of new beginnings. And it will be great if you can continue to invite new qualities of fall. Why? Because even if it feels good, if you continue to do the repetition, that will become a new habit. So by keeping a lot of freshness in your body, see if you can look for a new beginnings and continue to be curious about new qualities. Yeah. So I just shared that I'm looking at the snow and how light and fluffy and delicate the fall is. But as Tom knows, I am very big fan of coffee. I don't know if you are, but I'm just gonna ride with it. So if it doesn't work, this image, please replace it with what feels that you can have a connection with. But you can also try this. I really like this image of the coffee beans falling. And each bean it's unique. It's not identical in shape, even though they might look similar, because it's the seed of the fruits. Yeah. I like this, that the coffee beans are seeds of fruits, and it can roll and can fall, and it can spiral as you fall. Imagine like a grains or beans inside of you. Multi of them. Yeah, even your face. How does that feel? Just ask for yourself. You don't need to have a clever answer. And you can have a big beans, you can have small beans. Yeah. You can have various blends of beans. Yeah. And for the second, let's make them a bigger circles is inside of you. Maybe like the size of orange or something. It's pretty bigger, pretty enlarged from the coffee beans, but imagine they're bigger all over you, including inside of your smile. And if this sounds crazy, amazing. And invite the curious ears. And let's go even bigger, like melons. Yeah. And you might have look for the echo of that fall. How does that feel for you now? Yeah, and now. And now. Yeah. And let's go back to the coffee beans. And let's start to grind the beans inside of you. Have you seen the coffee grinds? Coffee beans grounded in the cafe with the big machine go. Yeah, can you feel the rain of the grains inside of you? And you can look for slices of yourself to fall so you can let your grinds open and go beyond yourself. Yeah. And let's go even finer. Maybe add some water. Yeah. Can you feel more liquid inside of you? Yeah. Can you feel the shiver? Yeah. And look for new beginnings, new pore, new openings, maybe more smiles. Smiles at your shoulders, smiles at your hips, smiles at your stomach or your thighs. Yeah. And don't forget about your toes. They get lonely, especially in the winter, especially in Canada. But I'm sure in Germany too, I'm not sure. So say hello to all your toes. Make sure they're smiling back at you. Yeah. And whatever you're finding it interesting or whatever you're writing on with the image now, just simply double them up. Yeah, maybe the speed or the volume you can mix between the coffee beans and the melon or grinds and waters and snowflakes and shivers and oh my gosh. And you don't need to work hard. Let's actually work less. Yeah. So you can just mishmash all things like everything in the washing machine. And double the triple. And double the triple this. Yeah. And go crazy for a little bit. Yeah. Like showers of so many influences that's interesting for you. And let's go quiet. Just simply back to side to side. Just ask yourself how are you? Without any judgment. Oh, the voice of smiley you if it comes to you. Yeah. Okay. Very nice. Yeah. Let's play with this. Keep all of that or leave any of that as we do the next part, or it's the same part, but something new. You can have one arm, hand like a egg, and other hand be like skin of the, like a shell of the fist. So like you make a circle and then other one is like cover. So you're now making like a loop with the arms. Yeah. And keep your elbows straight. And let's look for a way you can fall with your arms. Yeah. So you can play with both the fist hand falling and then other hand coming, kind of helping to come up. Let's try that. Yeah. 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 And then now let's try the open hand, inviting the hand to come, say come, and then it can fall. And then the fist hand like a magnet, bringing the other hand back. So first one is the fist hand falling. And then the other one is the open hand releasing. If I'm being clear, I hope so. If not, this is just a loop, and you're just doing a loopino move. Yeah, and see if you can continue to fall. And it might feel quite awkward with the elbows straight up first. So look for where else can you move. Is it your spine? Is it your neck? Is it your shoulders? And keep searching so you can find more places you can move instead. Yeah. Let's just change the hand. Check. Just let this hand fall. Actually, let them fall even more. Yeah. Where else can you fall? Yeah. Can you feel the echo? And you can fall to come up. You can fall to come up. See? You can fall. And with the open hand, you can be like, just come, 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 come with me. And all these falls, it doesn't need to happen in one go, like a coffee bean grinding or drizzling of the rainfall, the snow. It doesn't come like just at once. It always comes in a little bit of the uneven particles. So imagine the same for your body. Yeah, check. How are your hips? Are they being a participant of inviting this straight arm to function as if that's how it's born? Great. And now let the hands go for a second. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, let's go back to the same. So both hands. Yeah, and now do the same, but kind of marking it. So you're not too serious about it. You can do that, apply that anytime, actually. This is great to apply in life. So I'm going to really ask you to picture that your whole arm is just a one loop. And like you would do at the bathhouse or something when you're cleaning the back of your body, imagine this kind of where the back of the loop is along the spine. And by moving the arm up and down, you get to clean your spine. Clean between the spine, like flossing, like a dental floss. Yeah. 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 Move your shoulder, then moving down. So you can lead with the one hand or the other hand. But you're making a loop and finding a way you can clean your spine. Yeah. What is that like? Oh my gosh. Let's maybe just start by going up and down. See how that feels. Yeah. Yeah, where else can you move? Yeah. Can you invite your shoulders? Can you invite your ears? Yeah. Falling from one side to the other side. And as you're doing this, see if you can look for more falls. So your arms just comes up without you lifting them. So you fall and that moves your arm. Yeah. 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 Check. 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 And look for different volumes. And if you get stuck, this is a really interesting place. Look for where else. Where else? Where else? Maybe it's your neck. Maybe it's your smiles. Maybe you need to make some sound. Try everything without any expectation. If it doesn't work, so what? Try the next one. Yeah. And the most important thing is to smile because this is very silly move and we like it. I like it. So you can now clean the circle going up and down. Yeah. If you haven't changed the arm, you can change actually anytime. Yeah. Especially when you get tired, that's a beautiful moment to look for change. Yeah. 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 So you're very pro at going down and up the spine or up and down with the arm. Yeah. Yeah. And now maybe this time without playing too much with this fall and fold, see if you can fall somewhere for the arm to go up. Yeah. 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 Is it your head? Sure. Yeah. As if you have like a little string puppet of something falls, and as a default for your arm to come up. Yeah. You can also change the hand to like intertwining if you want, if it's easier. Yeah. 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 And we look for where way you can be authentic with your fall, whatever that means. Maybe you need to do this in station. I need to do this in station because I can't find this bigger fall. Check, check, check. Check. Yeah. Yeah. So where else can you fall? Can you let your sitting bone go? Yeah. Can you let your chest go? Yeah. This is a beautiful moment to explore. Where else can you fall? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And you can let that go. And just go like, what was that? As you fall one side to the other side. Yeah. Yeah. And if you found that you worked a little bit, just notice a place where you can let go. Yeah. Maybe between places. Yeah. And I acknowledge that I think I mentioned the slices of yourself more like side to side, but also start to look for slices of yourself front and back. You have a many, many layers of yourself. Ooh, that's so beautiful, no? Like layers and layers of yourself. And see if you can move in a way you can swim in between spaces. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Like the echoes of the space drifting away so you can have more space for yourself. Yeah. Yeah. Check. Check. So I just want to combine a little bit of what we did, falling one side to the other side, and this crazy circular arm. Why did we do that? I want you to imagine you have like a string of or a chain of connection dialogue. Yeah, between one side to the other side of the hand. And imagine you do this with holding hands with friends. Oh, I so wish I can do that with you. But imagine you have friends holding from one side of the hand to the other side. And look, just acknowledge where you can pass that information in your body. Yeah. Even with the chest, which path do you take within your chest? And take a new path each time so you can be nice and adventurous. Yeah. And maybe your friends will go a little bit farther. Yeah. Yeah. Or very close. Yeah. And you can start to yield the movement perhaps a little bit lower. What about the middle of the body? So you're transmitting your dialogue from one hand to the other hand in the lower part of your body now. Yeah. And remember, you have many, many slices of yourself. So yeah, you can pass along all these options of spaces in between. And now go a little bit even lower. Send some voices you want to keep inviting some parts of yourself that's shy. Because it's still part of you, don't forget about them. They miss you. And go even lower, maybe around your legs. How are you transmitting your movement? And go even lower to your feet. Yeah. And go even lower below the floor, as if you have like almost like a jumping rope that's going underneath the ground. Whoa. Yeah, and even if you don't feel anything, trust that something is happening by you imagining it. And let the movement ride through your imagination. Let's come up, yeah, through your feet, through your knees. You can kind of mark it so that's super easy. What about your hips, your sitting bones, all the space in between, the middle of the body, the chest, the shoulder? Let's go up to the jaw. Imagine the jaw is where if you transmit the information from one side to the other side. And a space between the eyes, like all this new space between all this space within your head. And let's go even beyond. Ooh, as if you have a beautiful hula hoop underneath. Yeah, and go even beyond. And let's imagine your arms a meter far away from you. So you are in a bigger loop, that you are part of you are inside of the bigger movement. So you can just ride on it. Am I being clear? I'm not sure. So that movement is happening outside of you, and you're just holding hands to the movements around you so you can ride on it. Ooh, like amazing surfer. Or maybe you surf, I don't yet, so. But I imagine I'm a best surfer ever. And you can play with yourself where you want to pass the dialogue. You don't even need to plan it. You can just go for what about next? What about next? And look for a new beginnings without worrying about where it lands. It will arrive to somewhere, don't worry. And now let's start playing with your arms going up. Yeah, by falling down, remember. Enjoy the new dialogue where you can hang more. Yeah, yeah, so you can find a beautiful loop for yourself. Yeah, you can bring back the dental floss image with it. Works nicely for you. Some place might feel stuck, so you might need to spend more time. Yeah. Yeah, and play for yourself, going up and down, one side, other side, transmitting the movements between. Yeah. And if you haven't yet, you say yeah for yourself. Why? Because it's nice. Yeah. But also because it sends a movement by voice, the air. Yeah. Now let's go one side, another side, and one side, another side. And just notice what you feel, how you feel. Yeah, great. You can give yourself some cleaning place you need to. Maybe your arms, maybe your face, your stomach, legs. Yeah. Feeling a nice sweep for yourself to send it farther out. Yeah. And when you send it really far and let things, your body fall. Yeah. Okay. I think that's it for today.